Givens. We're going to start by getting centered. So go ahead and slide to the back of your chair, uncross your legs, and have your feet flat on the floor. You can just lean back into your chair for now. We're just going to do a quick centering practice before we start some movement. So if it's okay with you, allow your eyes to now close. And as you allow the eyes to close, allow your awareness to turn toward your breath. As you inhale, feeling the body fill and expand. As you exhale, feeling the body empty and contract. And now that you have your awareness on the breath, I'd like you to slow it down a bit. Take your time as you inhale, slowly sipping in breath through the nostrils. And take your time with your exhale, slowly allowing the breath to leave through the nostrils. And when we slow down the breath consciously like this, we help to slow down the movements of your mind, which can help with a whole host of things, but one of them is stress. It also helps to calm anxiety. And we're going to keep the breath slow and smooth here, but we're going to make it a bit deeper, a bit bigger. So keep the breath slow and start to fill your lungs with this inhale, bringing the lungs to a near full point. So we're not straining at all. It's a full breath. And then exhale slowly, and taking the breath past the point where you normally would stop to a near complete point. So just pushing out a bit more breath. And just continue that. Slow, full breath in, filling the lungs to capacity. Slow exhale, emptying the lungs as much as you can without straining. And we'll just take a few more of these breaths. Full, slow breath in. Slow, complete breath out. One more time. And then allow the breath to adjust. And when you're ready, slowly allow your eyes to open, bringing your awareness back to the space around you. Welcome back. All right, go ahead and slide to the edge of your chair, please. Have your feet stacking underneath your knees. Have your knees about hip distance apart, and the spine is growing out of the hips. Nice tall spine here. And we're going to begin today with some spinal flexes. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my spine, but you can keep facing forward. Good. Now the hands can rest on your thighs. And with your next inhale, you're going to take the shoulder blades together, turn the chest to look toward the ceiling. And with your exhale, reverse that movement, shrug your shoulders forward, feel the upper back widen, and look down at your lap. Then inhale again, open up. And exhale, round the upper back. Just keep going, moving on your breath. Opening up, inhale. And rounding forward, exhale. Starting to bring some mobility to that upper spine and chest. This part of the body can get really, really tight, especially when we're sitting a lot. And so this gentle movement, or I'm assuming it's gentle for you, can help to kind of break up some of that tension that builds in the upper back and the tightness that can build up in the chest as well. We're going to keep going for a few more rounds and try to keep the lower back nice and steady. The movement itself happening from the mid back to the head. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding. Good. Now, as you open the chest this time, we're going to stay and keep breathing, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good. And then go ahead and exhale around the back. Look down at your lap. Your shoulders are squeezing toward one another in front of your body. It's a directional movement, of course. Feeling the shoulder blades separate or widen. And take some deep breaths into your upper back. Good. And then sit up nice and tall. Shoulders relaxing down, arms relaxed. And feel sensation from just that short movement. Good. And then taking a deeper breath, bringing your awareness back. Moving on to our next exercise, which is a spinal extension. So please interlace your fingers in front of you and then turn the palms away from you and extend the arms. And then go ahead and reach the arms up, reaching through the wrists toward the ceiling. And reach, reach, reach. Like you just woke up. Big stretch through the spine, through the back, reach. Big breath, reach up. And exhale, release the arms down. Good. Interlace the fingers again. Push the palms away from you. Reach up. And again, reach through the wrist. Give yourself a big stretch. Again, like you just woke up. Maybe some of you did just wake up. Big reach, big reach. And then exhale, release. Good. One more time, just because 3 is psychologically satisfying for me. No other reason. Interlace your fingers, press your palms away from you, reach your arms up. And again, give yourself a big stretch like you just woke up. Really big stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Deep breath in and exhale. Release. Good. Feeling sensation from those 2 movements, those 2 exercises. One thing about those 2 exercises you might be noticing energetically is that they help to wake you up. The spinal flexing helps to stimulate the nervous system, and that big extension, which helps through the sides of the body, also helps to try to wake you up a little bit. So next we're going to do an exercise. It's a twist. And we're going to start off slow. And after a few rounds, I'm going to invite you to pick up the pace a little bit. But how fast you ultimately end up going is completely up to you. If you get to a certain pace and you're like, that's good, just stay there. All right. So I'm going to ask you to take your arms out to the sides, bend at the elbows, and bring the hands onto your shoulders, the forefingers in front, the thumbs behind you. Now, with your inhale, you're going to inhale to your right, and then you're going to exhale, swing all the way around and exhale to your left. Then inhale, open up to the right, and then exhale, twist to the left. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. And keep going. In right, out left. And the head turns with you, looking behind you. Feeling some rotation in the spine here. In right, out left. And as you're twisting, especially with that exhale, you want to feel the navel pull into the body and twist along with you. In right, out left. Now you can keep going at this pace if you'd like to. If you'd like to make this a bit more energetic, you can go twice as fast. In right, out left, in right, out left. In right, out left, in right, out left. Going for about another 20 seconds. And if you are going quickly, start to slow it down. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind to center and release the arms down. And take an adjusting breath, eyes open or closed, but just notice what's happening in the body. Among many things you might be feeling, one is a clearing of the mind. Just less going on in there right now. It's like all that quick breathing just helped to clear out your consciousness. Good. All right. So bringing your awareness on back. So we'll work with a twist and an extension at the same time for this next one. So your knees are still hip width apart, heel stacking underneath. You're going to take your right hand across to the outside of your left thigh. Right hand across the outside of the left thigh. Good. You're going to take a deep breath in, and then exhale, pull on the hand a little bit to bring your right shoulder more across the body. Good. Establishing this twist a little bit. Good. Now staying in the pose, staying in the twist, lift your left arm up toward the ceiling. Feel some big length on that left side. Good. Now from here, you're going to pull on the right hand a little bit more as you lean to the right. So the right shoulder is going further across and you're tipping over to the right. Now do keep your left hip on the chair or else you will fall over here. And you can turn the chin to look underneath the left arm. So looking to the left. Good. And then from the lean, go ahead and sit back up, release the arm down, and then unwind. There's a lot going on there. Again, feel sensation before we do the next side. Good. And then doing the next side. So taking your left hand across to the outside of your right thigh. Sit up tall here, take a deep breath in. Then exhale, give a pull on that hand, bring the left shoulder further across the body. You can even look to the right a little bit. Good. And then lift the right arm straight up. Feel some length on that right side. Keep the right hip rooting down onto your chair. And then when you're ready, lean to the left and pull on the left hand a little bit more, deepening the twist as you extend to the left. Big length on the right side, again, the right hip grounding, and you can turn your chin to the right as well, looking under the arm. Breathe. Good, then sitting up, release the arm and unwind. Beautiful. Feel sensation once again. Notice what's happening in the body. Good. So I am going to turn to the side again. You can keep again facing forward. And before I turn, we're actually going to change the feet a little bit here. So I'm going to ask you to take your feet and knees about shoulder width or a little bit wider than your shoulders apart. Okay. So if you lean from side to side or forward, you will feel supported. So give that a try real quick. The heels are always stacking underneath the knees. And in this case, the toes are pointing out to the side. So a nice wider stance with the legs. So now I'll turn sideways. Good. So you want to sit up tall here. I'm going to ask you to lift your arms up toward the ceiling. And if this doesn't work for your shoulders, if this is too straining, you could also do cactus arms, just bending the elbows, okay? Good. Now take a deep breath in here, feel length in your spine. And with your exhale, hinge at your hips and bring your chest about halfway forward. Then inhale, come all the way up. Then exhale again, bring the chest down about parallel to the floor or as far as you can go comfortably. Inhale back up. Exhale going forward. Inhale back. Exhale. And up. Couple more times. Good. And back up. Go ahead and release the arms for a moment. Feel sensation. It's helping to strengthen the core and to strengthen your lower back. Good. Now, expanding on that exercise just a little bit here, I'm going to ask you to take your left hand either onto your waist or sweep it behind you just onto your lower back, okay? Then lift your right arm up. Again, you could do cactus here if you'd like to. We'll be doing the same thing with the spine regardless. You're going to take a deep breath in. With your exhale, you're going to fold forward, but you're also going to lean to the left. So it's like you're trying to reach the right hand, if your arm is extended, out over the left foot. And then inhale, come all the way back up. Then exhale again, lean forward and lean to the left. And then back up. Again, exhale, lean forward into the left. And back up. Try to keep your right hip grounded. Exhale. Let's do two more. Reach. And up. Last one. And up. Go ahead and release the right arm down. You can release the left hand as well. Notice sensation. And then we'll balance that out by doing the other side. So right hand either on the hip or on the lower back. Go ahead and lift the left arm straight up or cactus. Take a deep breath in, feel length in the spine. Then exhale, hinge at the hips, and then go ahead and lean to the right. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale again, leaning forward into the right. And back up. Try to keep the left hip on your chair. Lean forward into the right. And up. Just a few more times. Twice more. Last one. Exhale, reach. Then inhale, come all the way up. Release the left arm down and release the right hand as well. Feeling sensation. I'm feeling some heat in my body. You might be feeling that as well. It's like all of a sudden I'm really, really warm. Good. So for this next exercise, we are going to be doing a neck release. So I'm going to ask you to keep your knees this wide apart. And you can watch me do this first if you want to, especially if you haven't done this before. But I'm going to have my hands on my thighs or knees just to help make sure I don't fold too far forward so that I can really get the release in the neck I'm looking for here. So I'll hinge at the hips and I'll fold forward as far as I can. Again, the hands are making sure that I feel stable here. And I'm going to drop the chin. Now you can just hang out here if you'd like to, or if you want to, you can start to move the head around slowly. There's not like a wrong direction to move it. You're just making it a slow movement. Now we've done this before where we move the head quickly. That's another exercise. This one we're moving the head slowly. So when you're ready, go ahead and sit tall, hands on the thighs or knees, and hinge at the hips and fold down. Again, let the chin drop in towards your throat. Feel the weight of the head. And then just intuitively start to move the head around and breathe. Again, there's no wrong movement really for the head here. Our goal really is to help release tension in the neck. So just be aware of what feels good and maybe emphasize that movement a bit. What feels like a release, emphasize that movement. Breathe. We're going to stay for just a little bit longer. And then if your head is moving around, just bring it to stillness. If you're noticing some dizziness, open your eyes and just focus at a single point and breathe. And then with an inhale, carefully sit up. You might need to take a few moments here breathing just to allow that flow of blood in the body to figure itself out, especially if you're feeling lightheaded. Beautiful. Bring your awareness on back. So go bring the knees closer together. For this next one, you can actually slide to the back of your chair because we're just going to be working with the feet. Actually, we're working the ankles in particular. So it's one that I've never taught to y'all folk before. I've taught it in regular yoga classes, and I'm rolling up the cuffs of my pants just so you can see my ankles. So we'll do this 1 foot at a time. And so I'm just going to stick mine out to the side so you can see it profile, but you can just put yours forward. And you're just going to flex the foot, pull it all the way back, and then point the toes. Then pull it back and point the toes. Pull it back and point the toes. And just do that a couple more times. And your leg doesn't have to be straight. The knee can be bent a little bit if you want to here. If you take it straight, it's a bit of a core workout. So if you want that, go for it. Good. And then point the toes as far away from you as you can, and then begin to circle the ankle in one direction. And I invite you to do this slowly. And breathe. Sometimes when I do this, I feel my jaw just start to clench immediately. I also notice emotions come up like agitation, annoyance. We store all that in our ankles, but our ankles need some love too. They do. Go ahead and circle the opposite direction. Again, moving slowly, breathing. You might hear some snap, crackling, and popping in there. That's okay. Good. One more time around. And then release it down to the floor. You might notice a stark difference now between the two feet, ankles, and even the legs themselves as well. So let's make sure we do the other side, okay? So again, I'm pointing mine out to the side, but yours can point forward. And you're going to point the toes away from you and pull them back. And point and back. Breathe. And again, I have my legs straight. You can also have the knee bent here and do this. And then point the toes away and then start to again slowly circle the ankle in one direction, taking your time to feel the full rotation of this ankle joint. Noticing sensations, noticing emotions, noticing how other parts of the body are clenching because there might be some discomfort here. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. And go in the opposite direction. We're almost done. Just a few more times around. And then go ahead and release the foot down and feel sensation. I'm aware of much more circulation to my feet right now. That feels kind of good. Um, it's great that after over a year of teaching this class to you, that I can still bring out some new tricks. Good. All right. So let's spend the last few minutes we have together in meditation. So you're already at the back of your chair, and if you're not there, go ahead and slide back. Hands on the thighs, just relax back for now and let the eyes close again. Feeling sensation in your body. We just did that exercise for the ankles. Maybe that's where your awareness is really resting right now, or maybe somewhere else. Maybe it's in the neck from that neck release we did when we were folding forward. Maybe you're aware of the chest from the spinal flexing and the extensions. Maybe the spine itself, lower back, core. Maybe your shoulders, maybe your arms. And though there may be some discomfort here in your experience, have compassion, have some gratitude as well for this body that does its best to carry you from moment to moment, experience to experience. And sometimes the discomforts, the pains are just a testament to how hard this body has worked. So compassion for that effort. And have compassion as well to the part of you that showed up to take care of this body today. Who knows that it needs caretaking sometimes to move, to stretch, to strengthen. Knowing how when we do that, it also affects your energetic state, it affects your mind. You might even feel gratitude to yourself for having showed up, to be there for yourself in this way today. And allowing that gratitude, that compassion to expand into everything that you do for yourself day in and day out. Let that compassion guide you, that gratitude guide you forward. When you're ready, take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart and lower the chin. And rub the palms together, creating heat. The heated palms over the eyes. Brushing over the top of the head, down your neck, gently bring yourself back to the space around you. All right, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope it was helpful for you as always, and I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you next week. Take care.